All right, are we live? Are we there? Can you hear me now? So it's funny. I put on like earphones, and then I realized that there's literally nobody else making noise, so I have nothing to listen to. But I look cooler with my $1 Delta. These are like the Delta earphones you get when you're on a plane. Um, Sadly, that is what I normally use because I have these really expensive. I don't even know what brand they are, but one of my audiophile friends helped me get a really nice set of headphones, and they make my head sweat like crazy. So super cheap earbuds it is. Hello, everybody who is here. Thank you so much. I have not live streamed. I think it's been like almost 2 years, and it's been several computers ago. I've never live streamed on this computer. I realized over the well, I drove all day yesterday from like 5 a.m. until like 11 p.m. And I realized I honestly don't have any of the stuff set up. So like the countdown timer thing, yeah, that was pretty sad. Sorry about that. I also things that I never did before. I never actually did any of the chats like up on screen. Like I would have like the scrolling live chat when we would used to do when we did Watercooler Wednesday. I don't know if you ever participated in Watercooler Wednesday. Raise your hand. I won't see you. Um, that just had like a running live chat, and then I would work. So anyway, am I loud enough? Can you hear me good? I think I got that all adjusted. Nobody's commented since I started, so I'm assuming everybody was just here for the cool music and now they're gone. But anyway, I do have some things that I want to try. I think, is this a live chat? Oh, good. So you child just said water cooler Wednesday, and in fact, you are the first person that chatted since my face was on screen. Eddie Owl's all good. Good. All right, good. Everybody can hear me. So let's see if this works. I have two different methods for displaying comments, and it looks like one of them completely stopped working. Oh, crud. All right, let's start this one again. Oh, I got to put the URL in there. All right. Please stand by. So right now I'm setting up it's called Twidget, and I'm setting that up to try to do this like overlay with selected chats. And it just says loading. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. It came up. All the stuff is there. I see things. Northern Chimp, just listening attentively. All right. You child, you were the first one to comment with my face was on the screen, proving that I was not here alone. So let's see if this works. So, all right. Yeah, that looks cool. It's weird that it's like up on the screen a little bit. So that's there. Darian. Hi, Sean. Just did my Linux Essentials exam today, and you helped me so much to pass. That's awesome. Congratulations, Darian. That's actually awesome. Congrats, and I'm glad that that my teaching helped. So cool. All right. So this is that was Twidget. This is the other one. This is just what is this even called? It's something pretty generic sounding. It's like YouTube. Hold on. It's I don't even know. It's called, there's a GitHub page. It's called Live Chat Overlay. So it's extremely generically named, but I think it might look a little nicer even. Let's try. Northern Chimp, just listening attentively. Oh, that was pretty sweet. Just like popped up. I assume that popped up for everybody. Okay, and then how do I get rid of it? Oh, nope, that brings it up again. Oh, clear. All right, how does it work with a big comment? I'm going to put Darian up there again. Nice. All right, sweet. And one more time, and let's see how I can, if I just click on another one, will it come up? Oh, this is me putting myself up there. Thanks all. Okay, nice. This is going, and you child just sent me a super chat. How cool is that? Thank you very much, you child. That's my first super chat ever. You are, I expected I got to get like some sound effects, right? Like, yeah, that was, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And now apparently it doesn't look any different in this one. Maybe if I click on it. Okay. That's pretty cool. So this one is the live chat overlay. Let me just paste in case anybody is like trying to do this sort of a thing. This is a really neat project. And Techno Tim, I don't know if you were here. We were chatting on Twitter about it, but this is the program that I'm using now. I'm going to put it in the chat, and I'll put it on screen there even because I have that ability. And it cut it off. But anyway, it should be in the chat there. And that does the really cool animation thing. Now, the thing I really like about it is not only is that on GitHub, open source, I don't know the license that it has, but like all the stuff is there. You use this guy, what's his name? I want to call him out for awesomeness. It looks like Aaron something. Aaron PK is his GitHub username. Well, you can tell I just pasted that in. But he hosts the actual chat stuff that is like it pops up on the screen with a browser source in OBS, and but he gives you the instructions on how you can do it on your own, like host it on your own server, which is just so stinking awesome. It looks like he is Aaron Perecki. He has a link to his live streams there in the GitHub repository. So anyway, I realize that you're not here to learn how to do a live stream, because I'm certainly not the person that anybody would go to learn how to do a live stream, but I didn't know how to do the chat things. And that was something that bothered me. I knew how to put a live stream up, like I can screen capture, and the super chats. That's so cool because it actually not only displays it, but shows like the amount, and you child did not put a message. So like there's just a little blank blueness there. But still, I appreciate it all the same. Thank you so much. And I guess that's it. This one is less. I mean, it shows the $sign there. So, I mean, that's cool. This one is using Twidget. This is a free program. It's Windows only. So there is a downside there. This is a Windows only program, Twidget. It was just in the Microsoft App Store, TWIDGET. I don't have a URL for it, but I don't think I'm going to use this one. It's not nearly as awesome looking. And I just like the other one better. So I'm actually going to turn this one off. We are no longer going to use Twidget. Boom, it's closed. Oh, it's still overlaying my thing. That shouldn't matter. All right, cool. So let's talk about where we're going from here. Now, I don't know how people follow me online. I know that anybody who's here probably at least is familiar with my YouTube channel, either a short time or a long time. But my hope is to create like full courses that are useful. The Linux Essentials was the first course that I wanted to get up, because when I was a professional trainer for a training company, that was my most watched course when I created a Linux Essentials course. And I think it's just a great entry point, right? It's just a great way to be introduced to the world of Linux. And if it's overwhelming, sometimes you just need that. You need that initial thing to do. So Linux Essentials first. I'm doing Linux Plus right now, which it's going slower than I'd like, but my hope is that I can get the pace to like 2 or 3, ideally 3, but at least 2 videos every week. And then we will go from there. My videos help. I know that normally people put up super chats, but I just want to check that out. Boom. Cloud Guy, my videos helped pass the Linux Essentials. That's awesome. I am really glad to hear that. That's why I do them. So I appreciate that. And I think when the Linux Plus course is complete, it will probably be more beneficial to everyone. I know that right now, I mean, I'm making it so it's like, oh, let's train on Linux Plus. And then you watch, like right now, there's like 4 videos and you're like, and there's nothing else. What the heck? So it is a little bit frustrating, but I didn't want to just bank like hours and hours and hours of video and then dump them all on YouTube at once. So like I said in the intro video to, if you go to the playlist for Linux Plus in the intro video, it's like everybody who's following along is like part of this elite group that gets to watch it as it happens. And I hope to do live chats or live stream. I don't even know the terminology, live streams during the process. So, if Sunday works, I'm not sure if Sunday afternoon, like right now, where I guess it's noon on the West Coast and different times on different parts of the big round world here, but this might work fairly well for me this time of day. And if we could do this, I don't know, maybe every week, every other week. And I talked with, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Bart Castle. Bart Castle, he was a trainer with me at that company, and now he is a trainer for AWS. So like his stuff isn't here on YouTube a lot, but he used to do these study sessions. where he would have live streams, and I actually he's still a friend of mine, so I reached out and I said, okay, what did you actually do during those live stream study sessions? And so I was thinking about having some sort of a maybe a review of like what videos came out during the week. I thought that would be cool. Eddie Owls, your CBT Nuggets, I felt me pass my Red Hat certification. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's really awesome. So the something funny about the Red Hat course. So that's yeah, CBT Nuggets is where I trained for a lot of years. I'm not a trainer there anymore, but when you're like a commercial training company that sells training, Red Hat is not super keen on you using their intellectual property, including their name and their logos and all that stuff. So it's funny, if you go to CBT Nuggets looking for the Red Hat course, you will not find it. I think I named it the CentOS system administrator certification prep course or something like that, because I wasn't allowed to use any of their IP in the videos or in the title. So I do not think that they're going to come after me here on a YouTube channel for using their name. So maybe I'll do some Red Hat training in the future. I drew a Red Hat. Yeah, I mean, my hope when I was creating the course is that it was extremely clear what I was doing without actually doing it. So anyway, yeah. Let's say I think a pace of one video a week is impressive and sufficient. Shihab, I don't know if Shay, I appreciate that. So here's the deal. It's going to be so many videos. I mean, Linux Plus is just so stinking big. I mean, if you look, hopefully, let's see if I can still do this. Got like 20 different. No, I don't have 20. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors on my desktop here. If we can I zoom in? Oh, you haven't even seen it yet. Hold on. All right, is my audio still there? Yeah, good. Okay, audio's still there. Oh, I can't. So I'm using this microphone instead of my head-mounted ones, so I can't like come down here because you won't hear me. So I'll try to be up here and be as good as possible. How do I zoom in the plus? So yeah, this is the Linux Plus objectives. I mean, it's been a few weeks now, and we've only finished 1.1. It might go so some of these are going to go quicker, like 1.2. We're going to look at file editing and just some basic commands. So this might go quickly. I might be able to complete this entire 1.2 this upcoming week. In fact, yeah, I think we'll probably be able to complete this in the upcoming week. I'm not going to commit to it because then I will look like a jerk if I don't. But I do want to get them out as quick as possible because there's so many. I mean, look, scrolly. There are a ton of topics to cover. And if I can complete the entire course, then we can like push it, right? Then we can like say, hey, here's a complete course that will help you prepare for Linux Plus. So I appreciate that patience, and it might be something that I need, especially later on if I get in the weeds or if my day job proves to be like, you know what, Sean, you're working until 8 o'clock at night today, so you're not going to be making a video for your YouTube channel. We'll see how that goes too. I'm behind a little bit. Let's see, 1P to a Red Hat. Oh yeah, Cloud Bart. Yeah, he's and Bart's doing really well. Like I said, he's working at AWS now. I don't think that's private. I mean, I think it's like in his profile. Hopefully I didn't call him out, but I'm guessing, and this part is just speculation on my part, I'm guessing that he's probably not like able to make videos on his YouTube channel that are specifically doing the same sort of thing that Amazon is paying him to do. So yeah, I'm sad that he isn't on his YouTube channel as much anymore. Although when he is there, he usually plays music, which I appreciate his music as well. So anyway, now, yeah, I mean, Linux Plus is going to be the focus of my channel. There is something that stresses me out. Not stresses me out. I don't know quite exactly how to handle it because Linux Plus, again, is going to be the focus for a long time. But there's still stuff I want to do, right? Like, for example, if you watch the last video, I think there's the last video, the 1.1.4, where I talked about, it was a really long video. If you didn't watch the whole thing, I understand you might need to do it in sections. Oh, I'm looking down. You can see what I'm looking at here. Yeah, we cover this stuff in the last video. And I talked about in my example of file systems and user space. Well, the pigs in space video was fun, but or down here, the pigs in space video was fun, but I talked about SSHFS and I thought, oh, I've never mentioned SSHFS in my SSH playlist. And so, so I really want to just make a quick video on that, but I don't know. Do I just like add it on another day, you know, like, oh, gonna release videos. I don't know what days of the week I hope to release Linux Plus videos. Should I just like throw another one in there randomly? I think that might be the best bet. I want to focus on Linux Plus, but sometimes I want to do other stuff too, because I'll forget about SSHFS and it'll just be a short video, but it's cool. And yeah, I like to do that. So trying to think what else. Oh, for the live stream, if anybody is still here. Oh, there are still people here. Doggone it. Or at least YouTube thinks people are still here. What would you like to see in a regular live stream? Obviously, a better countdown. Hi, Stephen. Nice to see you. But what would be helpful in regular, whether it's weekly, you know, every other week, whatever schedule I can manage to do and everybody likes. Supplement video loosely associated. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I will just, you know, toss in randomly, like it might not, like every video might not be Linux Plus for the foreseeable future. You know, I'll do like Linux Plus. Oh, I wanted to do this and throw it in there. And then the next one, Linux Plus. So I'll just try to do that. So if you see something that's not Linux Plus, do not think I abandoned the entire series. That is not the case. I'm going to finish the series without a doubt. OCD will not allow me to just leave it half unfinished. That would drive me bonkers. So it will be completed. And if I do another video that's not related, just know that it's you know, it's just something I wanted to cover real quick. So ask me anything. All right, that's cool. And maybe like ask me anything. And again, Bart. In fact, hold on. I'm not gonna show you exactly what he said, partially because it's on a different computer, but. I did ask him specifically. Dang it, where did I put it here? No. Maybe I won't be able to find it. Well, apparently I sent people a lot of funny memes too, so I don't know, but he did give me a very long response on like what he used to do. So, let's see. I saw comments, Q&A sessions, helpful. Okay. People upload to several videos, 1, 2 billion. Oh, okay. So here, I'll just put this on the screen because it's cool and I like the little pop-up thing. It says, no, I noticed when people upload 2 videos at once, it only notifies them of 1. So, okay, cool. I probably won't do on the same day. I would probably like, you know, release a Linux Plus video and then like maybe the next day or, you know, the day after, it would just be tossed kind of into the regular release of videos. Now, I'll be honest, regular release of videos sounds like I have them all scheduled or something, and that is not the case. It's pretty much off the cuff. I do my day job during the day, and then afterwards I'm like, okay, what can we quickly record? And anybody who watches my videos knows that the production quality is not exactly studio quality stuff. The editors that work on my videos live inside my body because it's just me. All right, let's see. Yeah, so maybe ask me anything about, and we could, you know, it could focus on maybe that previous week, or I mean, anything previous to that. I mean, ask me anything is literally just that. We could ask any, you know, and people could ask anything and I could try to explain it. I mean, you know, I have the ability, you know, live streaming is the same software used for recording. I mean, obviously this is you know, you watch my videos, this is what it looks like when I'm teaching. So, you know, I could do things in real time. I could probably then edit them down. Like if I teach them, edit into chapters like, oh, we asked this and we learned this, and I could, you know, just chop the video up into chapters and live it on the live stream or leave it on my channel as viewable after the fact. I think that might be helpful rather than the whole live stream. I don't know about you, but while I like watching live streams, rewatching them when they're not live seems to be less fun. Let's see, where's everyone from? Oh yeah, what version of Linux do you guys use? Yeah, I'm curious. Everybody, where are you from, and And what do you use? I'll go first. I'm from Northern Michigan. So if you're familiar with, so if you're not from the U.S., Michigan is a northern state in the United States, and it's shaped like a mitten. Like the Lower Peninsula is shaped like a mitten. So if somebody lives in Michigan and they point to a spot on their hand when they say, "Oh, I'm from right here," they're just pointing to the nice little map of Michigan. I currently live right about here at the tip of the pinky finger, and in a little town called Petoskey. I'm no fun to stalk. So I mean, if you're gonna like hire somebody to take pictures of me in Petoskey, it's not that tiny of a town. Not everybody knows me, but I'm also pretty boring. So anyway, if you come to Petoskey to stalk me, just give up on the stalking and check out, like, I live next to a gorgeous lake. So, but yeah, that's where I'm from. My favorite distribution is Ubuntu. I'll be honest. I'm a Debian user from way back in the time where you had to compile your own kernel if you wanted to actually use a laptop, because laptop hardware was very unique and not terribly well supported. So I've been a Debian user forever, and not recently. And then when Ubuntu came out, I think my first version was 5.04. Was that close to it wasn't the very first. I'm gonna look at the. Let's do a browser together here. Let's see. Ubuntu version history. The history of Ubuntu. Yeah, so my first was 5.04. I did not use 4.10. That was not my first one. So, yeah. Oh, I could. Oh, I didn't even switch. We're down here. I'm sorry. I was looking at the Ubuntu history down here, and 5.04 is was my first version of Ubuntu. Oh, does this work? Oh yeah, there's my face. My face is gone, and I can go back to full face. I don't know why I didn't think to use my Stream Deck while I was live streaming. Again, this is all new. So this is the test version of the live stream. Oh, let's see. Where are people from? Netherlands, Amsterdam. Oh, cool. Debian, Ubuntu, and Pi. Oh, nice. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Jeff Geerling. I love watching his Raspberry Pi stuff because he's done more things with Raspberry Pis than I think I've done with computers. So anyway, yeah, he's fun to watch. In the UK, I use Red Hat 8 in AWS environment for work. Oh, very cool. Upstate New York, Linux Mint mostly. So Cloud Guy here, I'll pop this on screen again. I got to get used to doing that, pop it on screen. So, Linux Mint, I tried because Linux Mint is or was based on Ubuntu. It's like one of the Ubuntu spinoffs, but then they also did a Linux Mint like Debian edition where it's like straight up Debian. It was just a rolling release where you'd never upgraded versions. Is that still the case? I just never really got into Linux Mint because when I first used it, they had like multiple package management systems, and I was like, I just want to use apt. I don't know what they had other stuff, and I didn't get it. So anyway, I'm just curious if Linux Mint is still based on Ubuntu or do they have multiple versions? Yeah, I don't even know. Let's see, Debian and Alpine Linux. So I'm curious, Emmanuel, do you use Alpine Linux like specifically inside like containered environments like Docker? I mean, usually when I build a Docker container, it's using Alpine Linux, or do you use it like as a full-blown OS doing something? I'm just curious what your use case for that is. Oh, here we go. I missed this one. Northern Virginia, work with strictly Mac OS in my current job. Daily Drive, Endeavor OS. I've never used Endeavor OS. What is Endeavor OS? I'm going to have to Google that. Let's see. I can go down here. Oh, wait, can I do it? Can I put a comment here too? Let's see. I can. Of course, it covers up what I'm doing, but that's cool. I can put a comment on the screen. Oop. There. All right, I'm looking up Endeavor US if anybody's curious here. Endeavor. What? No, Endeavor, not US. What was it? Oh, just Endeavor OS. Was that what it was? Yeah. Oh, is it OUR? Let's see. It is. Endeavor with an OU seems like an across the pond sort of thing. Nothing wrong with that. Artemis is launched. What is it based on? And you're probably answering the question in the chats. I'm just curious here. Holy cow, you get to pick during install your window manager? All right, all right. What is it based on? Oh, wait, Pac-Man. So is this based on Arch Linux? No, I'm curious. Maybe it's over here. Uh, Rel 3, everything Ubuntu now. Stephen Paulin uses Ubuntu now. No, install directly to disk. Emmanuel using Alpine Linux directly on a computer. That's hardcore, man. Like, all I want to do is LS, nothing else. They're slowly breaking their reliance on Ubuntu. Oh, okay. So this is I lost track of who's doing what. Oh, okay. So Debian Mint Cloud Guy. You're talking about Debian Mint here. Let's see. Ubuntu Windows Refugee. Manual or Fedora. Yeah, so, and I guess I should specify too, and of course everybody knows this about me because, I mean, it's in my training. Oh, I forgot to go back here. It's in my training, but I prefer Mate. And the reason I use Mate, Ubuntu Mate, is because I'm old, and I think that user desktops kind of, or window desktop managers kind of peaked with GNOME 2, and Ubuntu Mate is just basically what GNOME 2 was, and I just don't care for GNOME 3, KDE. They're all too fluffy for me, and yeah, I'm just happy with the look of Ubuntu Mate because it looks like the Linux I love. Oh, pardon me. Okay, let's see. France, Debian, Userland, and WSL2 for the moment. Still only fiddling. Northern Chimp. Yeah, so I'll put that on there. That's cool. Debian and Userland. I actually haven't played with Debian and Userland. I might have to make a note and Google that and play with that. Oh, it is pretty much Arch. Okay, with a pretty installer. So yeah, Arch Linux is I don't know how many folks have been around Linux for a long time, but I mean, the standing joke forever was that, you'd always joke about Gen 2 Linux because you had to compile everything. And it's like, oh, this runs here. And of course, Gen 2 is still compiling. Arch Linux for me, it was, it's not that it wasn't awesome and powerful. I'm just so impatient. And I'm like, I just want it to work. And so that's just a weakness on my part. I don't know anybody who uses Arch Linux who isn't awesome. I'm just apparently not quite as awesome. Have I ever used BSD? Yes. Shay uses plain Arch. Oh wait, it's Arch Linux with an installer. So it is, yeah. Okay, it's just Arch Linux. Cool. Have I ever used BSD? Yes. Mint Mate D. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mint. I didn't realize that Mint had a Mate version. They had Cinnamon for a while, which I think was like a competitor in open source land, but like an alternative to Mate was like Cinnamon. It kind of looked like GNOME 2. I just went to Mate, and that's what I've been using. I see you, Catherine. I'll answer the question about BSD first, though. Have I ever used BSD? So if you look on YouTube, just go to my Wikipedia page and there's links to where I talk about my car accident and like my history with learning Linux. But before I learned Linux, I was actually managing the dial-up internet at a local community college. And that's where I learned Unix because it was a whole giant bank of analog modems on a what do they call it when you section off a T1 line into analog phone lines, whatever it was. It was fractional T. No, that's the speed. I don't know, but you can bring a T1 line in, and rather than use it for digital purposes, like one T1 line can support, I don't remember how many, like 16 modems, and we had multiple just banks and banks of analog modems, and all of them were connected to a BSD box with all these like lots and lots of serial ports. And then it was just running like PPP or whatever. It's been a long time, but whatever it was running on there, it was all with BSD. So that was my exposure to BSD, was managing dial-up internet for a local community college. They're the first ISP in the area, and I was contracted. I wasn't like, I was just the tech support guy. I don't glorify, what I was doing back then, but I had to learn BSD because stuff went wrong. And 95% of my job was talking to people on the phone on how to configure trumpet windsock so they could connect. But anyway, Catherine Druckman. So BOS. If you're not familiar with BOS, it's another operating system altogether. But back in, gosh, I don't remember how many years back. It's been quite a few years. But if you search for Linux Journal BOS, you will find we did an April Fool's joke one day where we were rebranding the entire Linux Journal website and magazine for to be BOS Journal, and so it was a joke. So yeah, I know a lot about BOS, Catherine, and a lot about BS too, but that's another whole topic. Oh, we got another super chat. Sweet. I wonder why this one is blue. Let's see. Sweet. Okay, and this one has a comment. Awesome. I appreciate that. It shows the emojis. Yeah. Okay. So. This is definitely the way to pop up these comments. I love it. I wonder if I can show everybody what it actually looks like. Hey, I don't think there's anything like horribly revealing or anything here. If I drag this down, oh, it doesn't really fit on the screen well. Like, Sean, what are you doing? Well, probably messing stuff up. So we'll see if I can get everything on my other screen. Come on, you can do it. I promise it's going to be so worth it. It's not going to be worth it. Oh, don't full screen. Okay. Switch to the screen here. Okay. I think everybody, oh, my freaking head's in the way. Hold on. Boom. There's my head. My head's gone. So this is what that, what did I say it was? It was the live chat overlay on GitHub. So these are, this is what I see on the screen, and like this just came through from Catherine Druckman. If I want to clear that off, clear it off. Let me get rid of this, so it's just a pretty background there. And then if we pop on one, it just pops up. And the only thing, I wish I could tap on it again to make it go away. It just like pops up again. And yeah, the emoji is kind of cool. And that might just be my computer, Catherine. I wonder if that's just what they look like on my computer, the emojis. And then that's just showing up on the thing. Anyway, this is the chat thing I was talking about. And Jeff Geerling, I did ask actually on Twitter, like streamers who have been doing this much longer than me, like, okay, what do you use to pop stuff up? And like Techno Tim, if you're get my face back. Techno Tim, if you're not familiar with Techno Tim Live, he actually uses that program that we started at first, the Twidget, whatever it was called. I think it was Twidget. Yeah, Twidget. That's a Windows only app, and I didn't really care for how they popped up. But if you're watching, Tim, this is free cross-platform browser-based thing, and it's just live chat overlay, and that looks really cool. Catherine, I didn't even say thank you. Catherine, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. That's so cool. I'm one of those people that are like, oh, thank you for the super chat. I feel so fancy. PSA, it's borderline masochistic to use Arch-based distros as a beginner. You're not just a whistling Dixie. Yeah, it is rough. Same thing with like Gentoo and like Slackware back in the day was pretty rough. Although people still use Slackware. Slackware is interesting for me because it's drastically different. The startup stuff, like I don't even think it uses sysv or sys5. I've also never known if it's sysv or sys5, but it doesn't use systemd. It doesn't use sysv. I think it just uses, what do they call it? Just BSD and init scripts. I think that's what it's called. I think Slackware still uses just init scripts, which is fascinating in and of itself. But yeah, Arch Linux is it'll break your heart. Catherine, there's a let's see, there's a video. Oh, you are welcome. Yeah, boom. Yeah, super chat. That's just really cool. And that just so super chats. And this is interesting. If you're if you watch a lot of live streams of YouTubers, I guess super chats, YouTube itself or Google does not take any percentage of that. It actually all goes directly to the content creator, which is actually pretty slick. That's really decent of them. I'm surprised. And, normally big companies are like, we would give you 5%. No, I mean, YouTube is actually really good. They give even advertising revenue, they get 55%. Oh, Steven, thank you so much. Truly, I greatly appreciate that. I promise I'm not fishing for super chats. Especially, I don't know that I brought any value tonight. This was kind of everybody's helping me get my live stream chops sharpened. So thank you very much. I'm humbled. I greatly appreciate that. I lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about, but wow, I really don't know what I was talking about. Oh well, it probably wasn't all that interesting. Multiple desktops in Fedora. So Damien, what do you mean by multiple desktops? Do you mean like different desktop managers, or what do you mean by? I'm curious what you mean by that. If you're still there. Oh, thank you, Catherine, for subtly bringing me back to what I was talking about. Yes. So YouTube, even with ad revenue, they give creators 55% of the ad revenue, which is, I mean, that's a huge cut, right? That's more than I would have expected. So that's, really awesome of YouTube. And then, yeah, the super chats, they don't take a percentage at all. And yeah, and they're just they're one-off thing. I mean, I know that YouTube has memberships now too. I don't know that the membership thing in YouTube is quite as I don't know. I think if a person is only doing YouTube, like they don't do anything else, no other sort of content creation, I think that I could see how a membership to a channel is it's just a way to consistently support them, which is awesome. And I think that's YouTube trying to have an alternative to, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. That's incredibly generous and kind. I gotta, I'm not allowed to look at comments while I'm mid-sentence because I completely forgot already. It's gone. I don't know what I was talking about. If anybody remembers what I was talking about, let me know because doggone it. Yeah, you're awesome. I appreciate that so much. Gosh, I feel like it was something I wanted to keep talking about, but it's gone. So that thing I was talking about, yeah, that. Switch between desktops in Fedora. So like switch between, like you can have like multiple like workspaces, because that would, yeah, that's cool. And in fact, that is a desktop manager thing. Damien, if that's what you're talking about, you can actually do that as long as your desktop manager, regardless of the distribution that you're on, if your desktop manager supports that, you can have like, boof, this is all the stuff I'm working on, and then click like, oh, this is the game I'm playing. Oh, this is the work I'm doing. Not that I'm implying you should have a virtual workspace for a game at work, but that's there. And also, I mean, it's Linux, right? So you can do everything in every distro for the most part. And you can also install multiple desktop managers. If you want to have GNOME and KDE on the same computer, log out, you can usually switch, so you can try them all out without reinstalling stuff. But anyway, that yeah, filling in niche like the Groovy Linux version of Professor Messer. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty, I'd say I'm an eclectic guy. I remembered what I was talking about. I'm a pretty eclectic guy, but most of my interests tend to gravitate towards Linux and open source. And yeah, if you've watched my history of how I learned Linux, I think that's why. I mean, I had a car accident and I had to relearn everything, and Linux was free, and so it kind of has a dear spot in my heart. And honestly, that's why I want to give away training, is because it's like giving back to the open source world that managed to get me back on my feet and get me a career. So what I was talking about is the membership thing on YouTube. I think that if somebody is only a YouTuber, that the membership is great, and YouTube is trying to make a one-stop shop so you don't like have a separate Patreon. But if you do other things, like, for example, I have, the comic that has been neglected since I got COVID, and, I write on a blog and a newsletter, and I'm on Catherine Druckman's podcast sometimes, and what else do I do? I do all sorts of stuff. I think that's where the YouTube membership is almost like too narrow. It's like, I mean, if you want to support me you don't, I do other stuff rather than just YouTube. And it feels like if somebody is like a fan of my comic, like sending them to YouTube, it's like, hey, why don't you pay for a membership on YouTube so that I can not do YouTube and draw comics. But anyway, someday I'll probably say, hey, everybody, support me on Patreon. I'm just not there yet. Yeah, I'm just not quite ready for, I don't know what to offer. Is that weird? I don't know, like, what would I offer as a Patreon supporter? So anyway, I'm working on it, and it'll hopefully be something fun. Oh, I'm behind here. Oh yes, yes. Oh, Damien, thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really like talking on a camera and microphone. I kind of remember why Watercooler Wednesday was so much fun all those couple years ago. YouTube takes 30% of the super chats. Okay. So now I'm gonna look because well, this is my first super chat. It was today. So I will let you know. But I got a super thanks. I think that's what it's called. Like, so if you leave a comment on a YouTube video, and again, I'm not fishing for people to leave these on my videos, but if you leave a comment, you can leave like a super thanks, I think it's called. And it's the same sort of thing, but it's like a static comment on a video. And I had one of those, and I think it was 100% that went to me, but I'll Google that now. I'm curious because, I mean, even if YouTube takes 30% of super chats, that's, I mean, it's still 70% going to the creator. So I don't know. If I lied, I apologize, everybody. It was not on purpose. Endeavor is supposed to be, do you want to get that? You get a pad, what do you think? Oh, Endeavor. Oh yeah, I'm curious about Endeavor OS. I might try to install that on a VM too, because I mean, if it's Arch Linux, but a little bit easier, that's kind of what Ubuntu was back in the day. It was Debian Linux with an installer. So, I mean, that's how Ubuntu got its start. You listen to my incident story on Spotify. Oh, cool. Thank you, Damien. Yeah, that's cool. I was on Network Chuck and his brother Cameron have a podcast on YouTube, and I'm assuming that's where you heard. I think they also have it on Spotify. I should go subscribe there. I'm not, but yeah. Also, on Spotify is my blog posts. I read them because someday I'm going to write a book, and I want to practice reading. Okay, here's something funny about me, and you probably know this if you've been listening to me for a long time. So I really like talking on a camera and into a microphone, or on a podcast, or Floss Weekly, or Catherine's podcast, wherever. But I'm horrible at reading from a teleprompter. And when I worked at CBT Nuggets, they would do promotional videos, and poor Steve, the guy who was a videographer. He would know, like, oh yeah, Sean's great on camera. He doesn't get, shy or weird or anything with the microphone. And then he would put up the teleprompter, and I'm like, I would like to ask everyone if they would be interested. I would like to. It was just really rough. So, yeah, I want to get better at that. I need to buy a teleprompter so I can actually properly read off a teleprompter. But I got back. Thanks for oh yes, Catherine. Well, hey, thank you for the super chat. No, thanks actually, and just for coming. My Twitter feed is gold too. I appreciate that. So yeah, I am. So I'm verified on Twitter, which is just hilarious because I don't even have 6,000 followers on Twitter. But again, it's thanks to Linux Journal and Catherine Druckmann in the comments here. I worked with her at Linux Journal. Still really close friends with most of the original crew from back in the day at Linux Journal, and what a great group of people. But it's because of Linux Journal that I got verified on Twitter. So it still makes me laugh when I think, okay, 6,000, not even 6,000 followers, and this guy's got a check mark. What the heck? But anyway, Catherine, Spot t-shirts. Yeah, I should have worn my Spot t-shirt. I had a one-off made of my comic. I haven't done my comic in so long. Honestly, since I got COVID, I'm just still more tired than I'd care to admit. And it's going to happen though. I'm going to get that back in the swing of things. So, Manjaro, Elementary OS. I tried Elementary OS too. Put that up there. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I cannot pronounce your name. I apologize for that. But, yeah, Manjaro, and Elementary OS are both pretty popular now. I'm just a Ubuntu. I'm just an Ubuntu guy. Nothing wrong with that. Told us from reality to, That's true. Yeah, I told the story on Reality 2. Um, I I will not. I don't think I can find a link to it. So if you go to the Reality 2.0 podcast on Spotify or any of the major platforms, or just go to reality2cast.com. Catherine, correct me if that's not correct. And look, I've been a co-host on a lot of those, but there's also one of the episodes where I told my story. In fact, that is on my Wikipedia page. If you go to my Wikipedia page and you scroll down one of the sections, it'll say like about my accident, and that is one of the places where I like told the whole story. So if you're curious about like my start and why I'm a Linux person and why I am the way I am, it's an interesting story that's there as well. Can I share the link to Linux Journal? Yeah, so I will share a link to Linux Journal. Oh, it's just linuxjournal.com was the magazine's website. Unfortunately, it closed down and then opened back up and then closed down again. And then the Slashdot folks purchased the actual like domain and all the content. I mean, none of the people that were part of Linux Journal before are part of it now, so I don't know what they're doing. When I talk about Linux Journal, I'm kind of talking about, like 2019 previous, because that's, when I was involved, and all the people that I'm still friends with were involved. So yeah, Linux Journal was the magazine for Linux users, and I'm totally biased, but it was the first time I ever got published. In fact, if I can make it work. So that is the very first time I was published professionally was in Linux Journal, and I got the cover image, my main machine that I built from scratch. So that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, Linux Journal is sadly different. I don't know who's running it or if they're doing anything now. So I have no part of it anymore. Same with CBT Nuggets. I'm not a trainer there anymore, although a lot of my content is still there. If you're a CBT subscriber, you can still watch a lot of my content there. Or if you patiently wait, you can watch more content here on YouTube. So anything else to cover? I don't know. I do think, oh, you know what? Shay left a huge comment. This is just a test. I want to see, look how well that just handles even big comments so well. Shay, thank you for being my guinea pig there, so I could put up a really long comment to see how the how the thing does with large comments. That was awesome to see. What Cloud Guy? What kind of book am I going to write? I don't know, man. So I did consider it makes sense for me to write a tech book, right? Nonfiction tech book. It would make a lot of sense if I wrote a book for Linux Plus as I'm creating content. I make sure that I have all the stuff when I'm making videos. If I also made notes and then wrote it out long form, it seems like I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or 5 birds with 8 stones, or I don't know how many stones it takes to write a book, but maybe that's something that I should start doing quickly before I get too deep into the series. I don't know. There's just only so many hours in the day. Eventually, this is what I want to do all the time, is, create content full time. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, at first it would probably be a tech book. And I know that's not the kind of thing you narrate, but it's a secret desire of mine to write fiction someday. I don't know if I'll ever be able to write fiction. It just, I can't wrap my brain around it really. So maybe I'll never need to read off a teleprompter. So maybe I don't have to worry about that. But anyway. Me too, Cloud Guy, want to happy to help. Oh yeah, I just Q prompt teleprompt software. Okay, I might have to look. One of these days I'm going to get a teleprompter just so that I can learn to read. So if you watch I don't know his name. He doesn't talk. I did know his name. Somebody here will probably know his name. The Technology Connections YouTube channel. Just an incredible channel. It's so much fun, just deep dives into so many cool things. But he uses a teleprompter, but it's interesting. He's younger, the jerk. He has his camera way back, and he has a small teleprompter. So this doesn't happen when he's reading from the teleprompter. There's none of this because it's far away and like a small screen. So he just reads it from there. I don't think I'd be able to see a camera far away with the tiny screen. So we'll see what we get. No, no, not network check. Sorry, it's the Technology Connections is the name of Alec. It's Alec. Oh, I didn't even know his last name, but Alec is definitely his first name. I will. Here, I wonder if I can. I can probably tag the channel. Can I tag a channel? Technology. Maybe it's not going to let me. I thought I could like leave a comment tagging a channel. The channel is. No, it doesn't look like it's going to ask me to do that. So anyway, yeah, Technology Connections. That's the name of the channel. He's got like a cajillion subscribers, so he's super cool. But yeah, he uses a teleprompter with all of his stuff. I'm just not good at scripted material in general. So yeah, so oh dang it, now it's just bothering me. I got to find him now. Technology Connections, Alec Watson. I didn't know that his name was Alec Watson. How do I? Oh, I'm there. All right, copy. Pasta. There we go. So yeah, that's his channel. It's in the chat. I mean, it's not going to help to have it on the screen, but that's me just displaying his channel name. Yeah, he's super cool, but he always reads off a teleprompter. I saw him talk about it one day, and he's pretty smooth at it. So that's it. Now, I know it's almost an hour, so I am going to stop at the hour mark. But the other thing, so I'm thinking, oh, maybe I don't need a teleprompter because one of my other favorite YouTube duos is John and Hank Green, and they have the most basic editing. Their editing is only slightly more complex than mine, which is saying a lot because mine is so simplistic. But they'll do jump cuts, but it's interesting. I saw Hank did a video where like the pre-edited version, and they don't do teleprompters. They have their script and they'll read it, a sentence, and they'll look and they'll say it, and they'll look back, and then they'll change position slightly and say it. And then in the post edit, they just cut out all of the looking over and reading. And so it looks like they're reading from a teleprompter and they're not. So yeah, giving away their secrets, but doggone it, Hank gave it away anyway. So I don't know. Maybe I don't need a teleprompter, but more technology is always fun anyway. And I will need to figure out the software. So QPrompt is one that I'll have to look up. And I assume so. Here, I'll highlight this because I can. The teleprompt software. I assume this is something that uses a tablet, and I thought it would be really cool to have like I don't have one handy. And I can't dig it out. So I have like a 7-inch like HDMI screen. Like they put them on like cameras a lot of times, and it's an HDMI thing. I thought it would be cool to have that, just another monitor on your computer, so you can do everything on the computer, edit it, and then like have it display on the teleprompter just with a monitor that's doing it, rather than trying to control a remote tablet from whatever remote software you have. I don't know. We'll see. This is all down the road. I don't have any of the equipment right now anyway. So yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, did I miss anybody? If I missed any questions, I apologize. Thank you again for the super chats. That was not expected and greatly appreciated. I missed pretty much the entire live stream. Oh, Michael, I'm so sorry. I tried to schedule it, and I tweeted it a couple times. I don't know if there's a great way to announce an upcoming live stream. Oh, okay. I'm going to tag that so I don't forget to talk about it before I go. Yeah, I think if we do a regular one, it'll be easier to know like, oh, it's, this time on Sunday. So Sean's probably going to, live stream, and it's probably going to be just pretty free form. So Michael, first I'll answer this. You know what? This is what I need to do when I'm on a topic. Maybe I should put the chat message so that I can leave it on the screen so I don't forget. But the data center, so it's going really well. I'm actually using it right now. It's installed. I have some video footage that's not great, and I still have not built a box around the server rack. That's what I wanted to. I wanted to like show the entire process in like a quick video. I just haven't had the opportunity to box it in. So the story there is I could not afford an enclosed server rack, so I just got an open rack, like a 4-post open rack, and it's in a location at my farm that is prone to squirrels getting in, and so I want to build like a box around it so that squirrels have a tougher time getting in at least. And it's just not quite done, but it is, I'm running all my stuff off. So if you go to, if you go to any of my websites like brainishawn.com, that's running from that data center. All of my email is running on an email server that I'm hosting there on a 3-server Proxmox highly redundant cluster with 10 gig connections for Ceph FS on the boxes. It's awesome. And even if maybe I should just cover it like the computer part of it, even if I don't have all of the walls put on the rack yet. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's got like a really neat battery backup system that I can add solar to someday. It's really, really super cool. So Michael, I will try to, I'll try to get an update on that. Even if it's not the complete thing, I'll just do a partial update showing what it's running now and what I still want to do. Do I have a Discord server? I do not. I mentioned it in a poll on my community page. I think that's what it's called, like where you do a post on the YouTube channel. I haven't set up a Discord. Well, there might be one set up, but I mean, it's not something that I use or anything. Only because I don't really get Discord. My brain doesn't work that way really well. So I should really learn that, because also like Twit TV has a Discord that they use extensively. And so, yeah, I'll try. I will try to figure out Discord at some point. Right now, I have to admit my focus when I'm not doing my day job is to crank out as many videos as I can, because I really don't want to be the YouTuber who leaves, video series dangling and not completed. So, oh, Michael. Yeah. I'm Sean Powers on Twitter. Same as here. Sean Powers with the 0 for the O. If you are curious about what I'm doing, Twitter is where I update the most often. That's for sure. I'm the most active on Twitter. Put a reminder to live stream your outro of your weekly video. Oh, okay. I'm going to do live stream maybe. Very cool. Yeah, I will. If I decide, I have to talk to my wife. My wife has and I have 3 minutes left. I really do want to try to cut off at the end. My wife has a new job, a full-time job. I think that she's going to be working most Sundays. So Sunday might be a really, really, like Sunday afternoon, like about 3:00 Eastern, might be a really good time for me that I could consistently do. So that might be what I stick to, but I'll talk to her and figure that out. And, yeah, I'll mention it in the videos if that's something that I can commit to doing a weekly live stream. The critters will manage squirrel mail. I'm old enough. I know what you're talking about. I used squirrel mail for years when I worked at a school district. That was our web-based platform. Right now, if I'm being honest, I use Rain Loop. That's my web-based way to access my mail server. But yeah, squirrel mail. Man, I can't believe the squirrels chewed through my fiber twice on 2 separate occasions. Right now it's in a metal conduit so that they can't chew through it. If they chew through the metal conduit, they deserve to take my data center offline. So, yeah, Discord. So Discord I don't know. I don't get it yet. Discourse, like the forum software, is something that I considered installing. But the nice thing about Discord, so here's the really nice thing about Discord. Yes, there's a lot of features. I don't understand a lot of them, but it integrates with everything. So for example, if I do ever, get Patreon going and somebody wants to subscribe to Patreon regularly to support me, Discord has integration. So it'd be show oh, you're a supporter at, and you're part of this elite task group of people. I don't know what I would say, but, there's not a whole lot of integration into other things, and Discord really integrates well with everything. So maybe I will get a Discord. If you're interested in that, keep mentioning it to me, in comments or whatever, in live streams, because yeah, obviously I want to make a community that can communicate with each other, not just me. And if Discord is the way that we can do that and make it more beneficial than just one person, that'd be great. Michael, I appreciate that. I've been struggling because I don't really like asking people, hey, why don't you give me money? But also I would love to be able to do this more often. And I also like to live indoors. So paying bills is vital. So yeah, I will. I'm trying to set it up right now. So I am trying to figure out exactly what Patreon stuff would be. I don't like the idea of this is subscriber only training. I really truly want any training that I create to be freely available. I don't want to have that behind some paywall. But if there's some other rewards that aren't going to make a difference in somebody's life apart from maybe make them grin, I guess I don't have a problem with that. So I'll think on that. I will I will update everybody. I really enjoyed this. I'll be honest. This was a lot of fun for me. So I'm gonna stop the live stream because I said I was gonna keep it to an hour. And if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. I'm not sure what'll happen when I stop this. If it unlists it or leaves it, I'll try to figure out how that goes so that it's at least available if somebody wants to back up if they miss stuff. But at the very least, I will see you at our next live stream and in the videos for Linux Plus that I'm going to do. And did anybody notice I started putting my catchphrase at the beginning of the videos? I think that's more fun because most people stop before the end of the video anyway. So I will end this video the way I did not start it because I didn't think of that. Learn everything, do what you love, and most importantly, be kind. I will see you next time. Thank you, everybody who stuck around and who was here. Thank you for the super chats very much. I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting that, so that was awesome. Thanks. See you next time. As he awkwardly looks for the stop streaming button. Oh yeah, smash that subscribe button. Click the bell. I found the button. I'll see you guys later. Bye.